Who thought that this was a good idea? Guys, welcome to the video. My name is Jack Talks MTG and I make Commander content for noobs like you. And today we're going to be looking at some Final Fantasy card previews. It's literally been like less than 24 hours and we've already got more Final Fantasy news. So I'm super excited to get into this video. I'm super excited to show you these cards. But guys, just quickly, if you enjoy the content in this video, please hit that subscribe button because it does so much to help support the channel. Right, let's have a look at these crazy new cards. So guys, if you're new here, we usually just have a nice little look at the card image gallery as I think it's just nice and visually appealing. So yeah, we've got quite a few cards to go through. I'm going to try and get through these as quick as possible. The whole idea is to condense what would have been an hour-long stream from Magic's own stream and condense this information for you so you guys can, you know, get up to date as quickly as possible, but still, you know, have a nice little look at some of the cards. Now, if you haven't watched my other Final Fantasy video, then I recommend you go check that out where I go through all the like commander deck cards that were revealed. I just want to say, because I said in that video, but if you haven't watched that, I'll say it now. I have not played any of the Final Fantasy games. These cards have got me super excited to get started with Final Fantasy. I've got Final Fantasy 3 here. I played through a little bit of it the other day, got my ass absolutely wrecked and didn't save the game, so I had to start again. Got back to where I was up to last night, and I'm looking forward to delving more into that. But enough of that, let's have a look at the cards. I know we will get to these cards eventually. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. There's definitely a few cards that I want to highlight more. Do you know what? Let's just get straight to it, guys. Let's just go straight to the card that you've probably seen in the thumbnail, and that is Jumbo Cactuar, or Cactuar? Yeah, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. The Cactuars are supposed to be very iconic for Final Fantasy, and they've really gone for flavor here, and which I'm all for. I'm all for the flavor wins, but this card is ridiculous. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets +9, +9, +9, +9, +0 until the end of the turn. What? Who thought this was a good idea? Like, this is crazy. In Commander, all you've got to do is give this trample. And let's be honest, you're playing green, it's not hard. Give this trample and attack with it, right? If this lives one turn, no, even that, it doesn't have to live one turn. Give it haste. If you've got Rhythm of the Wild on the field, drop this down, it's got haste, attack someone, choose who you want to die. If they don't have removal, they lose the game. It's 7 mana. I'm going to say it. This should be more expensive. 7 is still expensive, but you're playing green. It's not hard to get to 7 mana. You could do this on turn 4. It's insane, guys. It's insane. It's going to create a lot of feel-bads, I think. Again, I don't understand the flavor behind it, apart from the fact that apparently it creates 10,000 needles, so it gets 10,000 power. I think it's funny, but it's also insane. And there's some things that are just too powerful, but they wanted it to basically, I think it gains that power in the game, and they just wanted to directly bring it over to the card. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. And again, Commander is all about just, you know, casual and having some fun and doing ridiculous stuff, and maybe in the heart of that, it's fine, and maybe in reality, people will have removal ready and it will be fine, and maybe I'm overreacting, but my first initial impression of this card is, this is too powerful. You should have made this more expensive. But then people still would have cheated out. It's just a crazy powerful ability. But yeah, right, I don't want to spend too much on that, but I definitely wanted to just highlight that first. But we're already here, so we got to talk about this cute-ass Chocobo here. Is it Sazh's Chocobo? I don't know if I've said that right. I'm really sorry, Final Fantasy fans out there. I mean, I'm someone that absolutely hates it when someone is talking about something that they have no idea about, and I'm a huge fan of. I get it, and I'm sure a lot of you hate me right now. I do apologize, and I'm going to do my best to, you know, really do my due diligence, is that the right word, and do this series some justice so I can cover this content better. Anyway, Chocobo, landfall, whatever land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So again, Chocobos are very iconic to Final Fantasy. They've been in a lot of the games, and they're cute as balls. I mean, look at this cute little thing that gets more and more powerful as you play lands. From a flavor standpoint, again, I'm not sure because I've not played the games, but I'm assuming They like the nature, and as you expand the nature, it gets more powerful. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend I know. Okay, right. Let's come back up here. I really want to talk about this, okay? Straight up, we have a new card type. We have summons, right? These are sagas that are also creatures. So they're like, what's the word? Brief creatures? No, that's not the wrong word. They're temperamental creatures, so they come on the field temporarily. They're creatures that you have for a few turns or however long the saga stays on for. And this is super flavorful because in Final Fantasy, summons are like creatures or, you know, people or whatever, beings that you summon as like an item, I think, and like a familiar, I guess, like if you were playing like Elder Scrolls or something, you summon it and then it helps you in combat and then it goes away. So this is so perfectly represented in this saga creature format. I absolutely love it. In terms of this card, so what you're going to see is that they have like a standard ability and then they have like a little ultimate at the end and then they go away. So just like in the game, it translates very well into the card form. This card itself, it's going to tap things, stun things, and then you're drawing a card for each tapped creature your opponent controls. So yeah, you want to run this in a deck that's you know, making you lose lots of friends. That's going to be ideal in this deck. The art for it is really, really stunning. Yeah, I think this is a really cool card, and I cannot wait to see what more summons are going to be in this set. They've also said that summons are going to be throughout all the rarities, so from common to mythic, and whoo, I can't wait to see what these mythic summons do. They are going to be naughty. Right, okay, that's summons. Let's go and have a look at these cute little Moogles. Again, another iconic, should we say, creature type in Final Fantasy. Apparently, they have been coming up in all games, even Final Fantasy 3 that I have here, so I'm super excited to see my first Moogle. Very, very cute. Lifelink, target opponent gains control of another target opponent you control. If they do, you draw a card. And this is a legendary creature, this Stiltzkin Moogle merchant. This is going to make for some really, really fun commander decks where you just giving like a kind of group hug style where you're giving your opponent stuff, but let's be honest, you're probably giving them stuff that's going to make them have a bad day. But yeah, love it. Love the art on these as well. Some of these arts, guys, oh, they are stunning. Side quests. We have side quests, guys, which are like enchantments that are flip cards. So here we've got Catch a Fish. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's an artifact or creature card, you may reveal it, put it into your hand. If you put a card in your hand this way, create a food token, then transform it. So you look for your fish, and then you get a fish if you find it. So you get two, I guess. Cooking Campsite it transforms into, which is a land, which allows you to sacrifice artifacts to put a counter on creatures you control, but you do have to pay 3 mana for that. But yeah, it's very cool. Again, they've said they've got a side quest for each color, so I'm assuming there's going to be 5 and 1 for each color, I'm assuming. So yeah, it's cool. We like that. We like little mini games inside of our game. It just makes more fun. Even if you're losing a commander, you could just focus on completing your side quest. I love it. Okay, right, we've got some black cards here. Cecil, Dark Knight. This is a card that transforms into a good guy. He's from Final Fantasy I was going to say 1, but no, it's Final Fantasy 4. Yeah, this guy's from Final Fantasy 4, apparently. He is a bad guy that turns into a good guy, apparently. I'm really sorry. I know I'm super simplifying that, but that's what he does. The actual card itself is really, really nice. He's dealing damage to you as he deals damage himself at the cost of him being a 1 mana 2/3 with Death Touch. Really, really nice. A 1 mana commander. Love that. And then after you've lost a certain amount of life, he can transform, and then suddenly he's giving you lifelink, giving you that life back and protecting your things like a true redeemed paladin. I love it. I love the it seems very, very flavorful, even though I've not played the game, but it makes me want to play the game. And who is Cecil? You know, I love it. It's great. Tomberry, this is the cutest little salamander horror I've ever seen. He is cute as balls. He's a 1 mana, 2/1 drop. He enters with a stun counter on him and tapped. There is Chef's Knife. During your turn, this creature has First Strike and Death Touch. So you're attacking, and he's gonna your opponents are gonna lose something if they block, or they're gonna take 2 damage. Buff this guy up, and he's going to be a proper little menace. We've got, okay, this is something that we definitely need to talk about. These are a bonus sheet cards. They are basically reprints. Some of them seem to be very, very powerful and desired reprints that are in Final Fantasy flavor. So here we've got Dragon of Mount Gulg. Did I pronounce that right? I'm going to stop saying that. Let's just assume I'm probably pronouncing all these cards wrong, and I apologize in advance. It's Ancient Copper Dragon. If you're new to the game, you might not know Ancient Copper Dragon. This card is nuts. 6 mana, Elder Dragon flying. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. You create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result. So if this flying evasive creature that's already hard to block, who's a 6/5 dragon, hits someone, you could potentially create 20 treasure tokens. Insane. Good to see a reprint. I think this card is quite expensive, and the art is beautiful. You know what? We're talking about beautiful art. Let's find it. We've got to find these cards, guys. I'm sorry. We're scrolling down. Oh my days. Look at these alternative arts for the commanders. They are all nuts, guys. Daddy Cloud with his massive sword. Wow. Stunning. Terra, Herald of Hope, looking very, very nice. The Tidus, I was pronouncing that wrong last time. Love the art on this one. He looks a lot better in this art. I mean, let's be honest, they all do, but especially Tidus here. I think this is magnifique. And Y'shtola, wow, guys, just wow. Look at her. Gorgeous. Look at those eyes, those glowing eyes. Love the staff, the little like purple orb there. It's just gorgeous. We know we've looked at these cards, we know what they do. I just wanted to take a moment to just look at these. Are all stunning, all of these cards. Right, sorry, let's go back up. What did I go past? Okay, we've got a big villain from Final Fantasy 14. A lot of people are super excited about this guy. He requires you to have 14 cards in your graveyard, then he transforms into an absolute nuts card that allows you to play cards from your graveyard. Your graveyard is your hand. I don't need to explain to you that is bloody good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do we have time to go through all of these? I'm not really sure. We'll try and glance over them as quickly as we can. Garland, Knight of Cornelia. This guy is another transform card. He's pretty simple. He just turns into a 5/5 flyer. He's 2 mana. But you do have to pay 7 mana to transform him. Seems like a lot, but he has a nice ability where whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you surveil 1, just period. So, yeah, he's going to be cool. I like the fact that they have really made a conscious effort to make everyone's favorite characters feel like unique, and that yes, you can run a commander. Obviously, they're not all going to be super optimal, but that's fine. We have the bracket system, so you can make weaker decks and just say, hey, I want to make a Garland deck. Not saying Garland is weak, from my personal opinion, looking at the card just as is, it seems to be a little bit weaker than others, but he's more of like a facilitator commander from that first ability, because that is powerful for filling your graveyard. It just means that, you know, he's not going to be winning the game for you per se, because, you know, his transform is not too crazy. Sun Spira's Punishment. This is a big villain from Final Fantasy. Oh, can I get in on there? Is it 10? I think, yeah, it's 10. Flying. This is a 4 black, green, blue, so 7 mana. When it enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random, then create a tapped token that's a copy of that card. If the exile card is a land, repeat this process. It makes loads of copies. I can't say from a flavor standpoint if this is on point. It sounds like it is from the stream. This thing must make lots of clones or copies of something. So yeah, you Final Fantasy fans will probably really appreciate that. We've got the starter deck cards, the Cloud and Sephiroth. Very, very nice. Magali, absolutely home run on these arts. We did see the art of these cards, but now we've got the cards in person. They're, as you expect, starter deck cards. They are not the most powerful, but they're still pretty good. They're definitely playable, 100%. And you could definitely build commander decks around, I would say, both of these, for sure. Whether they're going to be the most powerful commander decks, no, I wouldn't say so. But they're definitely interesting. Sephiroth is basically like a little massacre worm, if you've seen that card. But even better, like a little mini Igor as well, where he gets the counters. But it's cool. Okay. We've looked at these. We've looked at these. This is another one of the bonus sheet cards, Yuffie Kisaragi. Also, I want to point out that I think the actual Final Fantasy artists have actually done the artwork on these cards. So that's another really nice, proper collaboration thing that we've got going there. Like you can see the artist's name's on Japanese at the bottom. And it's really, really nice to see. This is an absolute wackadoodle art. This is crazy. And it's a copy of Yuriko, the Tiger Shadow. So it's nice that we're going to be getting actual magic reprints as well, which is quite nice. Yeah, there we go. That's all of them. We got a nice little fish artifact token there. And I've got to say, guys, these little previews have just got me super excited for the set. Again, cannot wait to just try my best to play as much of these games as I can before this set release. I'm so jealous of all the Final Fantasy fans out there that are just losing their little minds over this, because I can feel it. I can feel the excitement, the joy. I want to get in on it. So yeah, guys, let me know, right? Let me know. Give me some Final Fantasy free tips for an absolute noob, because I got wrecked the first time. It's happened a few times, actually. Went to a cave, got wrecked by a skeleton. Give me your tips, guys, all right? Help me out. Help me get ahead so I can get through these games as much as I can, so I can get as excited as you guys. And guys, once again, if you haven't checked out my other Final Fantasy video covering the commander deck cards, go check that out. It's a nice old video. I think you'll enjoy it. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Cheers.